31st of January 2012, last day of the month. What can we do in that time? Can we get the the B pillar post grafted in and done? Can we get this looking really nice by the end of tonight? Let's hope so. I'm taking off the paint with this lamp just to find the spot welds on here. That helps me just get that paint off. It's just warming the paint, not too much, I don't want to distort the panel. Be careful about that. So just I could use paint strippers. I just happen to have the blow lamp knocking around, and it gets right into the action. Paint comes off where you need it to. Works for me. I'm not saying it's the best option, but so you'll be able to see the spot welds there. You should be able to see them in the reflecting those dark little like moles, little dimples. Just about see them there hiding away. Can you let's play spot the spot weld. Okay, so I'm going to drill those out now, and once I've drilled those out and this sort of starts to pop away from the back, I'm then going to make the cut across using the angle grinder and the slicing disc. We'll make that cut, and then we're going to make a band by cutting it again, and then we'll cut it twice. We'll overlay the band onto this to give us the profile cut. So let's get on with that now. Let's see where we can get up to.
Color for the benefit of the US market, since UK television was still broadcasting only in black and white, taking time out from their filming.
Okay, what I've done, whoops, there your spacers. What I've done, I've just drilled enough spot welds to just gently peel that back of the post backing plate back, so now when the grinder cuts in, it's not going to damage that backing plate. I can slide straight into this piece that I want to take out, so that's sort of folded back. When we put the cap in, we'll clasp that back up, so let's take that out. Get the gloves back on there. Take that out. There's a supporting bracket behind there as well. I've got to be careful not to dig into that. And the same on the other side. Okay, so let's take that off. Alright, that's the first part ready. I've got that cleaned off and ready. Now we can start to get this in the right position. So I'm going to make a template now based on that cut and lay it over this spare piece, the new piece. So that's the next step now, is to cut that to the right profile. We'll do that next. Okay, so that's the piece we took off. There's a new piece that's going to go on. I'm just going to cut a band off the piece that I took off, so it sits over this easier, because at the moment when you try and sit it over, it's trying to splay out because there's a slight size difference. Obviously they're both the same size, so one doesn't quite fit on top of the other. They're not made to do that, of course, so I don't want to stretch it out because it affects the profile. So I'll just cut a band out of this, a thin strip band. You'll see what I mean in a sec. Okay, you can see I've got the profile band stripped and locked on with the grips there like that. Okay, so the usual turn down the noisy radio, usual la 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 la, blow me bleed brains. I hate having to shout over that radio. But then a good tune comes on, you wish you had it turned up again, so you're backwards and forwards. Anyway, there's your profile band. Now I'm going to mark the line of our trusty yellow paint pen. Let's hopefully we can get right against the edge. The idea is to get it exactly where the grinder blade would have took off the old metal. I'm not using a spray can because it leaks underneath the band strip. It's better using a pen. I've done spray cans in the past to mark when it's not been as critical. Something like this, best to get it exactly right now. The idea would be with this that I should make the cut just under the paint line and no further up. That way you know you've got the metal. So we're going to cut, so no more, we're going to make the blade just at the end of that yellow line, so coming down from the top. I mean, you could even cut it with the band strip still in place. I just think it's going to be a bit tricky doing it that way. So don't forget that the weld fills in as well, so you've got to have a 1mm gap for the weld for your seam weld. So we'll make the slice on that now. Get ready to cut that now. That's it without the plate, so I'll be cutting up to that edge. So the blade from this side, and I'll cut it till the yellow disappears. We'll see how it fits. I'd rather go over it first and trim down rather than be too much off. But don't forget, you can always fill in with a weld anyway, so it's going to get welded and ground flat. So okay, let's get that. Okay, I'm actually using the old cut-off piece as a guide band. I'm going to let the blade just slightly touch it. It gives me a bit more precision. I can just feel the blade touching that, and then I can slice down. So I'll continue. I've done that bit. I'm going to carry on now. Obviously, I haven't got a tripod, so I can't show you this. We'll just have to do it freehand. I don't think, unless I can lock you on. The tripod's here. This will work. Let's have a look at that. Spin you around. I think you're in there. Okay, you ready? Yeah, so the blade just guided itself down using that. So it's not massively critical, but it's good to get the actual profile right, even if you don't get the thickness, just so that the actual finished thickness is even. So it's proving a little bit more difficult this side to get it to stay in. Trying to find a place to clamp it actually. So we try clamping it here, get it there. Using that circle there, so we're there. The blade should just guide itself in. I think that's it. We're done now. Okay, so that's our profile, which matches that profile. Like that. So now we offer that up to the car. let's go along to the car now and offer that up. Okay, so putting that on now. If you want to come in with me and do it and show you how it works, I'll just attach you from the tripod. You know we like to get into the action. So that was that cut, there's the old cut. That fits in like that. And look at that. Perfect. Follows that lovely, ready to get my nice weld in there all the way along. Alright, lost it a little bit on that back one. Alright, that side. A little bit of cut gone amiss there, but that's not bad at all. We can get that in position now, there's nothing to stop us putting that in position. Really well, I'm really pleased with that front. Really pleased with that. That's going to make a great weld. Very neat. Let's just see how neat we can get that now. So I'll stop camera and set back up again and get some welds on. Okay, I've set that up. If you'll notice, I've done see that top left hand clamp, that's the long vertical clamp, that's keeping the rubber, the door rubber line that's flush and straight, because it's possible for that bottom piece to kink out at the bottom, to kick out at the bottom, or to not be quite parallel with the channel window rubber door seal rubber edge. So it just pulls it in so it's all square. Basically that's what I've done there. So I've locked all the pliers onto it so it's all square, and now what I can do is start putting the welds on. I can't see any reason why we can't just go ahead and weld that now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead, get that welded up. Okay, so just grinding that down, a few little gaps that the welder might not have hit. I'm just infilled those now. We use a die grinder and a air cutting tool just to get into these welds. This little wheel's quite good for just grinding the tops off the welder, so we're going to go in again now. I don't need the welding mask for this one, but we need these and the ear mufflers. These on first. Okay, so we're just going to flat those welds down. Or dress the welds, if you want to call it. Dress the welds. Alright, we're welded up. It's all neat, it's all good. It's all looking nice, it's all looking fit, it all goes in. It's just to ticket that. So I'll give it a skim of filler now. And then just sand that down, and then we'll leave that just one skim, let the body shop do the final skim. So we'll go give it a skim in now. Alright, I put a skim of filler in it just to smooth it out. Pretty much seamless that now. So that's our B panel repair is complete. So now we can get on with fitting the inner sill. That can be done first day of February. I think we're into that now. So yeah, the first day of Feb we'll see the inner sill and the sill going on hopefully. Then that takes us to the wheel tub area. We've done up that end. It takes us to the wheel tub area, so we can start tackling these horror stories. I'll be leaving the roof till last, so it's good that our thoughts are drifting up this way now to this end of the car, and that we can wave goodbye to that and get the chassis rail off soon as well. Once the sill's on, you can then take the chassis rail off and replace that. You'll have the structure in the sill, so we can also do that. So that's it for today. Signing off. I'll just put put a bit of primer on the repair, and we'll see how that works. Alright, that's the job all done. Some paint on there just to cover it up. That'll just show where we need to do any sanding. A little bit of filler and sand. Just the body shop will blend that in, just where the grinders caught it and things. But yeah, we're alright there. So we'll move on. That's another day done. We'll call it a day for now. Signing off. That's Tuesday. I think it's the 31st. It was the 31st of January 2012. We're now into the morning of 1st of Feb, I think. Might be wrong. I'll have to check my calendar dates, but there we go. That's it for tonight.